welcome back to my pregnancy updates. I actually missed last month's, so the last one you saw was the 6-month update, and this one's going to be a combined 7 and 8 month update. Pretty much both the same sort of months anyway, all very uncomfortable and hot. It is so hot. Thankfully not so hot today actually, because otherwise I don't know that I'd be able to sit here, because our bedroom window gets all of the sunshine, so it makes me very hot and uncomfortable. So what have you missed? I'm enormous, and I know I said that last month, and I genuinely thought I was enormous last month, but this month I really am feeling as though I'm ready to pop. I am 35 weeks, so only 5 weeks to go, which is crazy. Where has that time gone? It doesn't seem a minute since I found out, although that was on Christmas Eve, so quite a long time ago. But still, the time has really flown, even though I've moaned and whinged most of the way through the pregnancy. Actually, I'm really lucky it has gone quick. So yeah, 5 weeks to go. We are completely ready. Well, I say that, we still have got our buggy to come, and I'm getting a little bit anxious that it's not going to come in time, because I do have a very small feeling that he's going to make an early appearance. I was 2 hours early first time round, 8 days late second time round, so I think I'm due an early baby, so I'm going for 2 weeks early. But yeah, so that's making me think, oh dear, I only have 3 weeks left. But otherwise we are completely ready. We've got his bedroom decorated, if you saw our room tour, and we have all of the various bits and bobs that we need. Unless he's going to be bottle fed, then I'm going to need some bottles, but I'm going to give breastfeeding a go, and we will take it from there. So yeah, we're all ready. In myself, I've not been great. The heartburn has continued from my last update. It hasn't got any worse, but it's more frequent, so I'm having to remedy it more often than I was at 6 months. But then there are some days where I don't get it at all, and it doesn't seem to be based on spicy food or anything like that. It, again, I think I mentioned last time, it seems to be based on when in the day I eat. And like, I think 2 nights ago I ate quite late, and I woke up in the night and actually was sick in my mouth, which was disgusting. But luckily I woke up to not be sick all over the bed, and I had to go downstairs and I got myself some milk, and just sort of sat up for a little bit just to calm it down. I think he must have just like kicked me right in the stomach and pushed it all up, but who knows. So yeah, the heartburn's still there. My SBD has not got any worse, thankfully. The only thing that's stopping me sleeping now is a burning pain in my hip, which I still don't really know. It's not restless leg. I think it is just the weight of myself pushing on my hip, and the fact that I can't move as much in my sleep. But I have found that, because I had been sleeping completely on my side, but I found that if I sleep somewhere between my back and my side, so I guess the weight is on my bum cheek rather than on my hip, then that does seem to help. But naturally I am a side sleeper, so I keep rolling on and then waking up in pain. But it's now that I've realised that that sort of happy medium is a happy place to sleep, then that it has improved slightly. I think that's it for sleep, really. I mean, I'm not getting much because the heartburn sometimes, the painful leg. Although I did go to, I want to say hypnotherapy, but I don't mean that. Reflexology. I had a pregnancy reflexology appointment last week or the week before, and oh, it was amazing. If you are feeling stressed or very hormonal, or you feel like you just want to recenter yourself, I wouldn't, if you'd have said to me a couple of months ago about reflexology, I'd have been like, yeah, you know. But having done it, and I can tell you now, I fell asleep halfway through, so I don't remember my second foot being touched at all. First foot very relaxing, second foot must have been very relaxing because I did fall asleep. So yeah, I can definitely recommend that, and it apparently it rebalances all your hormone levels, and I just came away feeling really relaxed, and that night I slept really well, so I want to go back. And apparently I think it was Kay from Hello Archie Blue, she said that you can go and they can touch certain pressure points and it can trigger labour, so I might be brave and go and do that, although I don't know if the lady doing it would be brave enough to do it. I don't know, I'll have to speak to her. But you can also do it postnatal, and it can help you if you're feeling, again, very hormonal, which I've been very hormonal through the pregnancy. Actually, that's something that's happened this month, is that I've cried a lot. Everything is setting me off. It's people being nice to me. I mean, my friend, I'd written a post about how I was struggling walking backwards and forwards from school because we didn't have our car yet. We do now, we do have it now, but we hadn't at that point. And she caught me in the playground and offered to take G to school every single day, basically, and I just burst into tears because, I mean, how kind is that? She's got her own life to get on with, her own children to deal with, but she, you know, was happy to sort out childcare for her youngest so that she'd have room in the car for mine and her oldest child. And I just, well, that just set me off. And then just people giving clothes and just being really generous, and it's just caused a lot of crying. So happy crying and sad crying, little things. If I hear sad news or the news that's around the world at the moment, it's just making me cry and making me sad. So very hormonal. So I am gonna have to be on the ball, I think, once he's here, to just keep a check on my emotions and make sure I'm talking things through, because I do bottle things up sometimes, and I think with the extra hormonal goings-ons after birth, I don't want it to lead to anything more serious than just the baby blues. So I'm gonna really keep an eye on myself and make sure I keep talking it through with Mr. F and things like that. But yeah, so very hormonal. Even just talking about it, I can feel just the little tear ducts ready to cry. But anyway, so that's me, I reckon. Baby is very active. He never ever stops, except for when I'm asleep. I mean, he probably might roll a little bit, but he seems to be in sync with my awake and asleep pattern, which is great. And if he can carry on like that and sleep all night once he's here, that would be amazing. But it does make me worry for nap times in the day, because he seems to be awake all, like I can feel him now. He's wriggling away, listening to my voice. But I never had that with the girls, but I don't know if that's because I had more fluid. I certainly had a wider bump with them, but I've got a very neat bump. I think I've said that before, and people like to tell me that I'm very neat, but I do feel very neat. It's a very neat bump. But I think it's all baby, so I can feel every single movement, but he's very, very strong, which again is another thing that I just think, you know, he wants to come out. We had our, I guess I probably told you at the 6-month update, I can't remember, but my placenta was low. But now it's moved right up, so that's absolutely fine, and we're on track for a home birth, which I might talk about in my next update if I get around to doing that. But we're on track for a home birth, and yeah, he might come early because oh no, I was gonna say, because we had our scan and he's measuring 2 weeks big, so another reason to make me think might come early, because he's, you know, he'll be ready sooner if he's bigger. If that makes sense. I don't even know if that's a thing, but to me that's another reason. But yeah, we're on track for a home birth because my placenta has moved up, which I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I'm open to it. So, you know, especially as they've said that it's going to be such a quick birth, I think that's definitely a sensible thing to be considering really, because it may just be at home anyway. I'd rather be prepared than not. And that's it really, I think. Just 5 weeks to go, so hopefully I'll be able to squeeze in another update for my 9-month, but if he comes early it might just be a welcome to the world baby update, I don't know. So keep an eye out, and keep an eye out on my blog as well for any updates, and on my social media, and make sure you follow me, otherwise you won't catch the updates, and I will see you again soon. Bye.